This is Kathy Biehl of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro-Insight for the week of June 20th, 2022. This week has a really interesting vibe because it takes us deeper into intensity and then moves us into at least wanting to look for a safe place where we can hunker down, and then moves us into a much less intense vibe. As if we crawl into our little caves and then we text everybody we can think of and set up plans to go out and to hang out with them. And this is the trajectory, the arc, the storyline that crosses over the solstice, which happens on the 21st, marking the start of summer in the northern hemisphere and winter in the southern hemisphere, the day that the sun moves into the sign of Cancer. Two big things happen before that warrant your attention. The week starts with a lot of opportunities to get information or to pass on information in a very excited, impulsive way. These are not things where you sit and plot and go, okay, now I'm going to send this email at this particular time and strategize it. There's much more of a blurting feel to it. Mercury, the ruler of what goes through your head, out of your mouth, and into your ears, is in the opportunity aspect of a sextile with Jupiter, which has an expansive and amplifying influence in the fiery, impulsive, unpremeditated energy of Aries. You could get information that really fires you up. You could find an opening to go for something that you've wanted to know, that maybe you've been a little bit hesitant about, and find yourself just jumping right in without thinking through the consequences, which is sometimes the way to go about things. On the day of the solstice, immediately preceding the solstice, comes the one dose of intensity of the week, and it's a biggie. The two planets of desire, the two planets of money, Venus and Pluto, meet in a trine, which is an unimpeded flow of energy. Venus rules our social mode. She's what we desire, what we value. She rules relationships, money, creativity. Pluto is the ruler of big, deep, dark things in our psyches, in the closets, in the corners, in back rooms. He's the keeper of secrets, the lord of death and rebirth, an agent of unavoidable change and regeneration. They're both in earth signs right now, Venus in her home of Taurus, Pluto for some time in the institutional sign of Capricorn, which means this easy flow pertains to concrete, practical, mundane matters. This could facilitate a relationship coming into focus. This could facilitate a triangulation coming to light and somebody choosing which side they're going to go with. There very likely is an element of prioritizing with this, cutting away whatever it is that doesn't really float your boat, casting your lot with something that you truly, madly, deeply want, even if it might not be logical or socially acceptable. And very probably there is an assimilating vibe to this. This is personalizing in some way, acting on in some way, dealing with in some way information and realizations and thoughts and changes in perception that have been coming up since the end of April, when Mercury started a three-part dance with Pluto. Now we are taking whatever we learned during that time, taking it to heart and adapting, changing, transforming desires and relationships and attitudes and values as a result, and probably really deeply making these changes. And this vibe remains as an undercurrent for the next 3 months because it is lingering in the air when the sun moves into Cancer on the same day, on the 21st, and starts to orient us more to where our safe place is. Although the nurturing home, family, comfort-seeking streak of that probably will not be all that detectable until the Cancer new moon at the end of the month, but it starts on the 21st. And then things really start to lighten up. The pace accelerates, the drive to have a lot of stimulation in your life that you choose accelerates. We're going to shake off a lot of that intensity and want to be around lots of people and do lots of things and be highly curious. And we're all moving into, shiny object territory. Yes, short attention span theater is back. Finding diversions, having fun. Mercury, the planet of communication, and Venus, ruling our social mode and our interactions, will both be in Gemini. Venus moves into Gemini on the 22nd and will carry us out through the month and into the middle of July. This is pack animal territory. This is not isolating or hanging out with just one person and staring into each other's eyes, but being with a bunch of people, lots of different people, lots of variety, even if you're only doing it online or texting on your phone. And hey, doesn't having some fun sound kind of appealing? Homing thought of the week. What does my soul want? Song of the week, Wannabe by Spice Girls. And the image of the week is a tractor beam on a large spacecraft pulling a smaller ship to a docking bay. You'll learn more about this in my forecast for the month of June, which is up at my site, empowermentunlimited.net, where you can sign up for my mailing list and book a session with me. I'm Kathy Biehl, a professional astrologer with more than 30 years' experience. I host the show Celestial Compass on Om Times Radio on the first and third Monday of every month. This week, I'm talking to Laurie Reed, UK astrologer and author of the new book, Your Lunar Code. I also host lively conversation on Facebook at Empowerment Unlimited and the group The Astro-Insight Lounge. I have lots of bonus content at patreon.com/Kathy Biehl, including a discussion of the solstice chart. And I'm really grateful to the people who support my work there. I'm on Instagram at KABiehl and on YouTube at the Professional Aquarian channel. Talk to you next week.